My name's Dashin Grizzly, and I'm completely unqualified. The first thing, and probably the only thing I really want to talk about, a rant, is this nonsense meme. We've all seen it. It is this demonization of being creative in a particular style, rapping. It's the meme where it says, if you're having a bad day, just remember that there's somebody in your hometown trying to become a rapper. Just a disclaimer, I know exactly what they mean. They mean that everybody's trying to become a rapper. I don't know what trying to become a rapper is. I assume that that is framed in such a way that there's like this end goal. That if you're trying to become a rapper, you're trying to become a famous rapper. You're trying to become somebody that is a household name. You're trying to become somebody that's on the tip of everybody's tongues. You're trying to be talked about. You're trying to be known. Fine. I get that they're doing that. But if you replace rapping with literally any other hobby, it could be chess, it could be playing pool, it could be fishing, it could be hunting, it could be a grand thing that you consider your hobby to the point where it's your passion, or it could be something you do in passing, like just magic card tricks or something like that. Something that drives you to the point where it kind of takes over your life, to the point where maybe you spend the vast majority of your time trying to become more perfect at it, or something that you do in passing. So, we everybody understands that the goal of a hobby, the goal of doing anything, is based on what you want as an individual. And I imagine it is fulfillment. I imagine that the only real reason of doing anything consistently to the point where it's a hobby is it fulfills you. So, with this stupid fucking meme, I suppose people would like you to think that there's something wrong with being a rapper. I suppose that they would like you to think it's a folly. I suppose that they would like you to think that if you aren't big, you aren't actually a rapper. In the same way that if you aren't a grand master at chess, you don't actually play chess. I don't know. It's retarded. When I look at all of the things you could do, and then compare it to the history of humanity, language is one of the oldest. I can't think of anything besides perhaps hunting and even agriculture. People spoke before they grew shit. If you like gardening, are you only a gardener if you somehow reach like this logical conclusion of being great at it, of having, of being known? Is that really a requirement for something to let you reach this end goal of what something is? So when they're saying something like, oh, just trying to become a rapper, we know what the fuck they mean. But if you replace any other hobby, suddenly this end goal, this way of demonizing somebody doing something and saying, oh, he's a piece of shit because he does this. There's no end goal for a hobby. Especially concerning other people giving you recognition for it. I guess that's a plus. People like recognition. We like having people take in what we do, say it gives them fulfillment, and then on top of us doing it, giving us fulfillment, the fact that it fulfills others fulfills us further. It's a positive feedback loop, and that's nice. That's wonderful. But it shouldn't be the reason for doing something, else it can't become a positive feedback loop. If there's no fulfillment there in the first place, then trying to do it so others can be fulfilled is pointless. It is not going to lead you to a place where you are satisfied with anything that you're doing. So and the only problem is people spread this shit like wildfire. It is amazing how many times I see this throughout the course of a week, especially since I'm so involved when it comes to, interactive stuff with music, and people, especially concerning this hip hop community. Nobody says a shit about guitarists. I guess they do. Like there's the thing that guitarists get shit for is being arrogant. Every guitarist thinks they're the shit, and as a guitarist, I can tell you that's fucking true. I mean, I've gone so far as to say that I've never met anybody better than me. But then again, the most people I can know is 150 people. How hard is it to be better than everybody you know when all you know is 150 people? It's not. It's not at all. Statistically, it's actually quite likely if you dedicate yourself to it, and I suppose that goes with anything. If you're a badass gardener, badass chess player, a badass soccer player, whatever it is that you do, if you dedicate enough time to it, you can be the best out of everybody you know who does it. However, we see this again, one of the reasons for it is this dense within the population of amount of people who would like to rap. And I'm getting to the reason of that being how old language is. And another meme on top of this one is, I don't know if it's true. I can imagine it is. It's that the Vikings would participate in these rap battles that weren't rap battles because there was no rap, but you would verbally denigrate your opponent instead of it being something physical. It's nice to know that there was some like Vikings who were civilized despite being fucking giants and war beasts. Brock Lesnar, fucking Viking. I can't imagine him participating in a damn rap battle, but it would be fucking interesting. He's not a very good talker, but lots of people are. Lots of people aren't visual learners. Lots of people are auditory learners. Lots of people develop a strong bond with language. Lots of people say, oh, I find this to be fulfilling, satisfying, and it drives these people who are connected to language. Again, writers don't get this kind of shit. If you like writing, nobody says, oh, you're still trying to become a writer. Well, I guess, like, your asshole uncle does at Christmas time when he asks if you haven't been published yet. Motherfucker. That's gotta be annoying. But throughout the populace in general, nobody shits on anybody quite as much as they do rappers. So that's pretty fucking annoying, right? I can't think of anything, again, besides hunting, that is as old as the creative use of language. And I think that is so thoroughly built into us that it is no shock whatsoever that so many people would aspire to be creative with language, to be creative with speaking on top of that, and then to be creative with music on top of that. You know, you see, some of my favorite music in the world has not been touched by modern instruments. If you ever listened to Joe Rogan Experience or the Aubrey Marcus sessions in particular, when they're talking about doing ayahuasca, and you hear these Icaros instruments, these songs that the Amazonian ayahuasca chiefs and shamans play while people are tripping, that is just mystifying music, man. It is so close to what I would imagine very old, historic, even prehistoric music to sound like. So you combine our need as a species to have this deep connection with language, and then once again our ability to communicate speaking while utilizing a creative use of language, and then adding music to that. Rapping seems like something that a lot more people should be doing than already are. The more people that do this, the more it is better for everybody. It feels like, strangely, not enough people do it. And I imagine I could understand entirely why people would be annoyed by it, but I certainly don't agree that too many people rap. I certainly don't agree that it's an insult. However, I know who these people are talking about. I know what kind of fucking asshole these people are talking about. It's when you meet somebody and they say, oh, I rap. Huh. And if I were to ask you, what else do you do? And they have no other useful skills, but I go to their channel and they've got, very few amount of likes, very few amount of plays, very few amount of subscribers or followers, and you rap, but you don't have any other skills, that I say is stupid. That is something that I would look at and say that's worth denigrating. But I think when it comes to people who do rap, who are participated in this fluid use of language, this fluid use of public speaking concerning that language, and then music on top of that, I think that is a great thing to go after. I think it's wonderful. There's proof that, being a musician increases the gray matter in your brain, which is the stuff that helps you reason, quicker connections, better memory, which is wonderful for remembering lyrics. So, of course, it's a symbiotic relationship. Write lyrics, remember lyrics, get more of the shit in your brain that helps you remember things. Playing something like guitar, having this hand-eye coordination, having hand-to-hand coordination, again, symbiotic relationship. Doing things that challenge you on a biological level help your brain overcompensate. For once you're challenged, you become better. And that's really what muscle memory is. A lot of people like to say, oh, he can do that because it's muscle memory concerning like piano or guitar or drums. No, it's more gray matter. It's the ability to keep the demand up for which your body requires when you're doing something so daunting of a task. Yeah, that's that's my rant. This shit pisses me off. I'm Dash and Grizzly. I'm completely fucking unqualified. Bear with me anyways. Have a wonderful day.
Like me? Wrong? Ha! I learn new words when he talks. I don't get encouraged that often, whether I deserve it or not, and I'm better off